Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And please turn on the notification bell. That way, every time I upload a video, you'll be the first one to see it. Let's get into it. What we're going to talk about, we talk about celebrity news, celebrity gossip, what's going on IG and Google, fair use, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. And thank you for your love and support.
So don't forget to like, to comment, and also subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell. So let's talk about it. What's going on? There's a lot going on in regards to Love is Blind. As we know, the finale delayed. As we know, Marshall, there was a lot of things said before, during the reunion about Marshall. Well wishes to him. And then it's being told that allegedly Marshall spilled a little tea about Josh also having another woman that he liked, but we didn't get to see that air. So I get that Marshall and Jacqueline didn't get along. I get that there was issues. I get it. But let's talk about what's going on with Nick Lachey and Vanessa. There's a petition to remove Nick Lachey and Vanessa from Love is Blind, and there's actually 21,000 signatures to try and have them removed. Why are people trying to have them removed? Okay, during their interviews, it kind of seemed like there was some concerns about who they liked, who there was a bias with. We've seen this before last season when the other gentleman got dragged for making certain comments. Okay, this is the thing. If you're engaged, you should watch what you say to the person you see that you haven't seen. You have to watch what you say. Well, you're more so my type. I like her. She's smart. She's bright. And then there kept being last season in regards to outer appearance. One of the ladies last season was just mean. She was gaslighting his behind the whole time. Every time they would even have a scene with her, I had to fast forward because she was actually annoying. She loved digging into his heart and making him feel bad. Period. And I get they went back and forth with each other, but she knew how to gaslight him and make him feel away. And when he got on the reunion, he was just gutted. He was gutted by that time. And then she really embarrassed him in regards to them at the altar. Oh, you're not gonna da 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 da. And it's like, oh, you know, he made me feel like I couldn't eat. You were eating. And then you made it seem like you only had that, which it was interesting last season. So this season, I get that Marshall and Jackie going back and forth. And they didn't seek to be famous. Marshall really loved Jackie, period. But Jackie had some emotional concerns, and then she called him emotional, but he supported her. He cooked her breakfast. Sometimes, like I said before, women don't like a good dude. Sometimes they'd rather have someone a little rough around the edges, someone that's going to check them. You can't have two emotional people. You can't. Because she was crying about her family in one of the episodes. He was sitting on the floor saying, I'm going to be there for you. He was hugging her. He was talking to her, making her breakfast, doing good stuff. But sometimes women don't appreciate that. Sometimes it is what it is. We get that Bliss was kind of concerned and she kind of wanted to make, the guy feel it in regards to him not choosing her. We get that in the pods, there were some concerns about who should you pick? Who should you decide to be with? And many people were kind of like, some of the couples, they made sense, but they kind of didn't. And it's kind of like, okay, you want that person. It was Irina. She was a trip. Irina was a trip. Josh was a trip. Jacqueline was a trip. Who else was a trip? Kwame was cool, but I didn't think that Kwame was going to say yes. I did not. I did not think Kwame was going to say yes. I really liked Tiffany. Tiffany was cool with Brent. Who is the other one? Malika, is that her name? Yeah, the one that was the marketing. Micah. Micah was cool. I mean, I get why she was feeling the way that she was feeling. So there's the Marshall. What's his name? Is it Zach? That's the attorney? Yeah, Zach's the attorney. I get why Bliss was feeling the way she felt, how she felt. Because Bliss tried to tell him that this ain't what you want. She's a trip. But I guess you have to be careful on the show that you can't say this person's a good person, bad person. You know, they're allegedly doing stuff behind the scenes. But I get it. But what wishes to Nick Lachey and Vanessa? Will they get to return? Let's see if they return them for the next season and then keep them for the next season because they're probably already under contract. And didn't he get there some kind of report that Nick Lachey was in the news like a month ago in regards to him having some kind of conversation and people were kind of like, okay, Nick Lachey, you kind of, but so they've been in the media and this is the biggest thing. They are under the umbrella for different shows. They have the Love is Blind. He has another show that's outside of Love is Blind. So they really need to get it together and not act like these people are cool with them. They can't act like they're friends with them. They have to ask the general, how does it make you feel? You can't seem like you're favoring one side and not the other. It should have been addressed in regards to the unwelcoming text messages, what went on after. I mean, this the show went off almost a year ago. So this is all like Marshall and Jackie stuff is going back and forth for almost, you know, they're able to say more after the reunion, during the reunion. So let's get to the next topic. Of course, we're talking about Love is Blind, the reunion. It was delayed, and I don't understand how the producers don't have a live button in their concerns and why is there no test. So whoever the producer was and the live didn't go live, I'm sure they probably lost their job, maybe allegedly, we don't know. Let's get to the next thing. Like I've said, I've talked about Marshall. I get why he was having so many facial expressions because it felt like Vanessa was cool with Jacqueline and it seemed like she wasn't held accountable for the comments she made, the statements she made, and he did apologize for some of the things he said. But he, at that point, he was like, you know, you're saying this about me, and I won't repeat it. But he had said something about her jawline, and well, I'll say it. She had called him a sweet, and I guess because he was dancing and twerking, trying to make her laugh. So, well wishes in regards to that. I get why he's having all the facial expressions, and then Jacqueline had allegedly said he wanted the ring to propose to somebody else. And we never seen him want to be with somebody else. We seen that he wanted to be with her. But even if he wanted to be with someone else, that's what the show is about. Because Bliss and Zach did that. So I get why Marshall was having all the facial expressions. She should not have been able to maybe I'm not certain what happened in regards to the ring situation. Do they pay for the ring? Does the show pay for the ring? Was it kind of like a dig that you gave me this and it's a memory of it and I'm going to probably hawk it, sell it, whatever, and you won't get it because you may, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That was a dig too. Marshall felt slighted that she didn't show up for the show and then they couldn't have a rebuttal back and forth. So that was all interesting. Let's get to the other topic. Okay. Could Love is Blind, basically, they're saying, be in the future? No. The K's and the J's don't need to be on no Love is Blind. Khloe need to figure out her way on how to find relationships. She's been dealing with Tristan back and forth for almost 4 or 5 years. Love is Blind is for people that are unknown, that are not celebrities, that is not famous. And I'm not going to give any advice, but no, we don't want to see no K's and the J's on another show. The show is good because we don't know these people and they're trying to find love close within the cities that they're in. When you hear about the people dating, a lot of times you have to be within that same, you know, same city, a city over or 2 hours, 3 hours. apart. Now, remember how Brent was saying he had to travel back and forth. So you really got to be careful going on the show because it may make you a little stressed out that you have to go back and forth. If you find someone and the house that they chose is 3 hours from where you live, you have to be okay with that. So for a K and a J, no, we don't want that. We're not seeking, you know, if they do that, then I'll say it because people be listening to my videos. Unless they do a celebrity Love is Blind, then okay. Unless they do a celebrity Love is Blind, then that's something different. But we like that Netflix is giving unknown people, and sometimes the couples for Love is Blind, they end up having a YouTube page. They talk about other series. They talk about being together. So I like that it's that. We don't want celebrity Love is Blind, not for real, for real. And if we do, that may be something that comes down the line. My idea. So if you see somebody else saying it, make sure they credit me. So yeah, I don't think. And then whether she meets the cast or say hello to the cast, we're not here for it. The K's and the J's are already inundated. And this is the thing. I told y'all, whatever's trending, they want their name attached. She's doing a Kim right now. They're trending, and Khloe wants her name attached. She got to figure out love for herself because people are saying, you know, you dated Lamar, and Lamar did X, Y, and Z. That's concerning for a dude. Hello. You dated Tristan, and Tristan was sticking and moving around town. That's concerning for dudes. Hello. But what wishes in regards to that? So this is the other thing, of course, people been talking about in regards to people talking about Khloe in regards to her outer look, in regards to do she miss her old face, and she's like basically no. And then of course Kylie's in the news in regards to saying whether she did or didn't have any type of surgeries. Okay, so we get why Marshall is emotional. There was so much that went on. There was so much that was said. Like he was saying, the ring was a symbol, and he picked it for her for that moment, and she wanted to keep it. And then she was like, "No, I'm not giving it back." And he was like, "Well, I think you should because I gave you that as a gift, as a symbol of our love." But we get that men that are loving, kind, and not rough around the edges, his facial expressions are everything. They really are. So well wishes to Marshall. I hope he finds love. He did try and date somebody outside of the show. I mean, in the that was in the pods, but it really didn't work out because he basically felt that he needed to heal. So well wishes. So of course, this is the cast hanging out, chilling, a night out. Bliss and Zach, all the couples, Kwame and his chick, lady friend, sorry, Brent and Tiffany, all the ladies hanging out. So we get that this season was something. Now, this is the one thing I will say. I really liked it up until they went on their honeymoon. So everybody's talking, hanging out. This was probably after. Um, and this is the guy that I was talking about. He was gutted from how his experience was. She really tried to gaslight. She really tried, pick this up, do this, pick this up, do this, do this. You got to do. She was like a mom figure. Dudes don't want no mom figure. They don't. And then this couple I really like too. Okay, so we got Kwame, we have Marshall. Yeah, I hope he find love. I really do. All them had issues last season. The young lady on the end was dating that one guy. He was very reactive. I'll say that. Then we have the guy in the middle, how she was constantly nitpicking at the smallest thing. Do this, do that. I couldn't take it. And then I remember her too. And then that guy talking about weight. So happy for all the couples. Love is blind. I think these couples really like each other, care for each other, and they definitely want the best for each other. So it was an interesting season. Many people talked about Vanessa's outfit. What was that? Couldn't it have been a heart shape, a flower, something? It just looking like a piece of silver on her dress was very interesting. People were going in on the comments. So that's everything. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe.